In 2002, there was a study carried out on the state of GM in developing countries, and that was Next Harvest 1 project. And today we have Next Harvest 2. So, and the Next Harvest 2 is focused on agricultural biotechnology alone, covering plants, animals, microbes, and forestry. So this meeting is aimed at sharing information and the findings of that survey that was carried out, and then to also explore actual and potential innovation opportunities and constraints as well.
Let me, on behalf of the Honourable Minister of Agriculture, thank all of you for coming to this forum. We cut across crops, fisheries, and livestock. And these are areas where we all have to work together to ensure not only feeding our people, but that we can also feed Africa. We're in dire need of making sure that we have sustainable supply of agricultural products to our people from day to day. And the technologies we require for making this are from us, starting from breeders to agronomists to crop protectionists to all forms of pathologists and the rest of them. And we all have a stake to do in making sure that biotechnology products are also brought to the fore and to the table for everyone. In this quest, we have in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture work with all the other policy directors and all institutions to ensure that Nigeria is not left behind in the quest for space in agricultural biotechnology. And we're very happy with NAFDA and all those who have worked very assiduously to ensure that the biosafety bill was turned and signed into law.
A biosafety bill obviously gives the country the opportunity to now join the rest of the world in the massive commercial production of cotton, of course BT cotton, which will help revive all those ailing or completely dead industries. Now, it is also important that this bill is coming at a time when the incoming government has stated clearly that it is going to focus on agriculture and mining. Again, these are two areas, especially agriculture, that will benefit massively from the passage of the bill. Therefore, there could be no better time to have this bill than at this time. And that is why we in NAFDA are happy and we work closely and have continued to work closely with both PBS and IFPRI and OFAP to continue to drive this process.
The farmers have met more than the requirement of the textiles. In fact, as it is, the textiles cannot even consume or absorb what is already being produced. We are exporting our cotton to other parts of the world because our cotton, the one we produce, is generally liked by many parts of the world. As I'm talking to you, we are, even though India produced very large quantity of cotton this year, but yet we are exporting cotton to India as of now. So by the time we start producing this biotech cotton, we are assuming, Mr. Enerjo can testify, our target is to produce a minimum of 1 million tons per annum. And you can imagine the contribution of cotton to the subsector of the economy, especially at this time when the oil prices are somehow. And I pray that the rainfall, in fact, I understand that the cotton, PT cotton, is really acceptable to the current weather condition. Thank you very much. We appreciate very much, and the farmers will be delighted to start receiving the seed.
We thank God that today we can celebrate a bill that was much awaited by many people in Nigeria and across the world. With Nigeria having a population capable really of sustaining a very viable and vibrant economy, I believe that Nigeria should strike their chests and consider ourselves very lucky to have this biosafety bill finally signed into law. I thank all the people from NAFDA. I can see many of the staff, some of whom I know, some of which I have not met before, and they are all here again, as usual, supporting the Open Forum on Agricultural Biotechnology. I give my own talking from the great Ife, the Obafemi Awolowo University, which is one of the universities in southern part of Nigeria, the southeastern, western part of Nigeria. That's where I'm a professor, and that's where my chair is. Thank you very much.
Foreign Minister of Science and Tech has all the ways been supporting this program, including the various support given to the members of the team that we're talking about this being in the National Assembly. The minister and the high-level team went to the National Assembly to press and to make sure that this bill is passed. So we're happy that today we are really jubilating over the bill. We thank all the supporters of the National Assembly. And all the scientists that make contribution, we are very happy. And we wish that all the agencies and the scientists and the experts that contributed to making sure the bill is passed, and then the work of the biotech in this country will give kudos to them. And we hope that we continue to do more so that Nigerians and the world in general will benefit from biotech. You know, biotech, as in our own area, biotech supports also in the health area, and not only in biotech, but in agri. We also know that it's very important in environmental sustainability. So we continue to call for more supporters for international agencies, for the private sector to really support so that we can commercialize the products of biotechnology. I wish you success. Thank you very much.
Now, just looking at the genetically modified crops and the bio safety law that we have in Nigeria, what role do you think this technology will play in national food production?
Oh, tremendous. Agriculture derives from science. Science is the basis of all that we do. Even for conventional crops, you have to bring two crops together to get a product which is better than what you have earlier. The coming in of biotechnology will ensure that we get better crosses, safer products, and higher yields that we used to have in most of the products that we are going to apply them for. Particularly the issue of cotton, where we are starting with. And as we move forward, it's the same for others.
Okay, then what role do you think the Ministry of Agriculture will now play?
Basically, we are the promoters of agricultural technology. We support farmers. The first thing is to produce the crop, the basic crop itself. what we call the breeder seed. After the breeder seed, then it is translated into what we call the foundation seed. It's from the foundation seed that the farmers now get what we call certified seeds. At that stage is when we now distribute these seeds to farmers. And at that stage, seeds coming out from such sources are meant to be very vigorous, high yielding, and will meet the characteristics for which that particular variety is made for. Not only cotton, but all the other crops in general.
Finally, in wet season farming,
right?
What the Ministry of Agriculture has for farmers during this wet season farming?
As you know, we are promoting about 24 value chains in the Federal Ministry of Agriculture. We are consolidating on what we have started with the ATA, and that is where we are today. So with respect to this season, farmers are already on the field, working assiduously on all the crops that they are promoting, particularly in the southern ecologies. As we are waiting for the northern ecologies of the savannas and the further north, we also see galvanizing what we intend to do by giving them the agricultural calendars and how to go about starting their operations. This is where we are at this stage. And then when the new government comes in, then we can then come up and then move forward. The issue of GES is so paramount because it's one of the best ways by which we can give inputs to farmers without any hassles. And the farmers are happy about it. That's where we are.
The objective of this is to share the findings of a survey that was carried out, a very detailed survey. A survey instrument was developed by some researchers, and it was funded by Templeton Foundation and then the Program for Biosafety Systems, that's Washington, D.C. They funded it, they developed survey instruments on agricultural biotechnology research and development capacity in developing countries, where Nigeria was one. So others were South Africa, Kenya, and then Uganda. And they chose these countries because they believe that there are agricultural biotech activities being carried out in these countries. And so they involved 58 institutions in Nigeria. They supplied these survey instruments, and the survey instruments forms were completed. They were like souvenirs, and then they collated, and then they came out with findings. So it's the findings that, the information from the findings that made us to convene this meeting so that they can share it with stakeholders in biotechnology research and development, and so that they can set agenda for research and development in agricultural biotechnology. And this is coming at a very critical time. It's critical because the biosafety bill has been signed into law by Mr. President, and so Nigeria would begin to commercialize agricultural biotechnology products and other biotechnology products as well. And so, and without the research and development, there's no way we can go anywhere, because that is the bedrock of economic development of any nation. That's research and development. And once it is well funded, I think Nigeria will go places. We'll be able to export some of our agricultural biotechnology products, and then this will enhance food security and then wealth creation, and then it will also increase the GDP of the country, especially at this critical time where we are trying to diversify our economy from the oil sector to the non-oil sector. There's no way we can do it without research and development, and then without using the tools of science and technology in agriculture. There's no way you can commercialize agriculture without these things. And so this is like a takeoff point. Once we know, and then we are able to identify the gaps in the agricultural research and development capacity, then we'll now use these gaps, and then approach the government to fill in these gaps especially in the area of funding. That is where we are lacking. Funding of research and development it has been very, very low. But once we are able to approach the incoming government to assist in that area, to fund research, especially biotechnology research, it will go a long way in improving the economy.
Biotechnology is a critical tool for the development of the health sector, educational sector, agri sector, and even environmental sustainability. So we have been pushing for it, and our ministry was one of those that participated actively at the National Assembly so that the bill will be passed. So we are on course, and we feel that with the passage of the bill, the country can use biotech products because there's a safeguard on ground to take care of the problem that may arise. And so we believe that this is the time Nigerians should expect the use of biotechnology in all areas of human life. In the health sector, to have better drugs that will not be resisted by microorganisms, and also we have produce crops that will not be affected by pests and drought.
The introduction of this biotechnology, BT cotton, we believe things will pick up. A lot of farmers will come back to the field, and we'll start to get what we want. Our vision is for some. Government has been putting a lot of input, and we have the potential of producing up to more than 1 million tons, and because we have the land and the farmers are available, and I'm positive that we will achieve that.